What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm very excited to bring you guys another full face of makeup. Once again, I am going to be highlighting a black owned brand as we are still in the month of February, and in the US the month of February is a Black History Month. So I have quite a few items from the brand LYS, and I will be showcasing those items specifically. I once again will be filtering other products that I need to filter in because I don't have a full face of LYS, but I will be showcasing every last item that I currently own from the brand. And just so that you guys can see, of course, this is the finished look on my face. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this full face, let's just get to it. Hey guys, so I'm so excited today to do another full face. I do have all of my skincare on, but that has been chilling on my face for over 8 hours, and now my face is ready to get some of this makeup on. So I already created my little basket of items that I'm going to be using. I'm pretty sure today I planned. So I already have all of the LYS items and other items that I need to just create a full face in my basket. So hopefully less clips back and forth will be done for me, which is good, because if you are an editor, you know it's just easier. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and go in with the LYS Secure Skin Gripping Primer. And this does have some niacinamide. It has 5% niacinamide. So I don't know if I'm going to mention this at the intro, but I do just want to go ahead and mention it now. For full disclosure, I am an ambassador of LYS. So basically what that means is that they I don't really know how to say it, but basically I am somebody who can get points through this system because I showcased their brand. Now, I have absolutely no idea if this video can be used towards that point system. I truly don't care. I wanted to be an ambassador just because I thought it would be nice to be ambassador with a brand that I truly like their products. That said, I don't know if that is a thing, so I just wanted to be full disclosure on that. And they haven't sent me anything, right? They haven't sent me anything. All of the items that I physically have in my collection are items that I spent my money on and I picked up. Now, when it comes to this gripping primer, what I will say is that this is one of the best alternatives, in my opinion, to the Milk Makeup Gripping Primer. Now, it's not as gripping, so you need to kind of have that element. If this is too gripping for you, maybe try the LYS, but I feel like it just melts into my skin, like it's already seeped into my skin. It is still a tad bit gripping, but it's not nearly as gripping as the Milk Makeup. It also has a little bit more of a serum type finish, so it's definitely more runny on your hands than the Milk. So if you don't like the more gel finish or formulation that the Milk Makeup is, I definitely would say try out the LYS. And I don't think I finished my thought process. So basically, this video is not sponsored. It's not being pushed for any one reason. I did a poll on my community tab a couple of weeks ago now, and you guys said that one of the brands you wanted me to showcase this month is quite literally LYS. There are a couple of more full faces that I plan to do this month if I can push it. I'm trying to get up 2 more full faces before the end of the month. So we'll see how good I do. Unfortunately, last week was very hectic, and I just was not prepared for how hectic and how tired I was going to be throughout the week. So there is that. But next is my foundation. My primer is really seeped in nicely. It does kind of start to tighten up a little bit, but it's nothing like one of those pore filling primers that really grip and tighten your skin, but there is a little bit more tightening feel than the Milk Makeup. So the pros and cons there. do with that as you will. So LYS, their Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I have this in the shade DN6. I love this foundation. This is one of what I would consider the most kind of natural skin-like finishes that I have, and one of my best foundation matches. Now, I have some solid foundation matches, but every time that I have applied this foundation, I feel like it just looks like my skin, and it just applies beautifully. It really just blends in. It matches my chest so well. And full disclosure, right now, I am filming at night once again. So I do have my ring light and two other lights in front of me. And then, of course, my background is lit as well. So you unfortunately won't get the best kind of impressions with natural lighting. But right now, night lighting and like night filming is the best that I can do with my schedule. But as you can see, let me scoot back. As you can see, this is pretty spot on with my chest. And in case you are wondering, I prefer to match my chest because it just makes sense to me. I get when people match their face, but like once you do the concealer and the primer and the not the primer, once you do the concealer and the bronzer and the powder, it just makes sense if you're matching your chest. That's my opinion on it. This product gives you a medium to high medium coverage level. The finish is definitely natural skin like. I feel like this looks like my skin with a slight luminosity to it. And the combination of this with this primer, I find that the longevity of the product on my particular skin, I am combination oily, so I'm oily in the T-zone, I am normal in the perimeter. It just lasts long. This base system in general lasts long. Now, I don't have their powder, and there are a couple other products in their system that I just do not have, so I will just be filtering other products in. But I will say what I do have are stellar. I really think that they're good, nice, solid products that really, really work nicely. And I definitely have been kind of hoarding this product in my collection because it is one that I want to get a lot of use out of, which is stupid. I should be using it now while it hasn't expired, but you know, maturity will help me when it comes to doing all that. So yeah, this is the foundation and the primer applied. I do have the concealer, and the concealer I have quite literally 3 shades under the foundation. So the concealer, I have it in DN3. I did just pick this up and quite a few of these products up literally last year. And I think I also became an ambassador maybe last year as well. If you're interested in becoming an ambassador, I will do my absolute best to find the link or the application and have that down below. Cause like, why not? If you want to become an ambassador, I want to make it easier for you. So yeah, I put a decent amount of concealer on, not anything crazy, especially not like 2017 crazy. But I still do conceal in very similar areas to people who concealed in 2017, just not nearly as much. This once again is a concealer that I would say is very similar to the foundation. It's giving you a nice medium, solid medium coverage. It does give like a skin-like finish, and I like my concealer lighter than my foundation. I do that personally because for me, I don't need a lot of coverage, but I do like that brightening effect to add dimension to my face in the full face. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I do conceal around my mouth, mainly because that is an area that I've seen other people have like darkness around. I don't have darkness around it, but I'm so used to now concealing around and kind of getting that highlighted effect in that area. I don't question it. I do my forehead because I want to minimize my forehead. It's not the biggest forehead out there, but like sis is large and in charge still. So that's why I conceal my forehead area. And then for the way that I conceal my under eyes, it's mainly just to get a nice lightness all throughout my under eye, and then also on the side of my nose. I don't do a lot of concealer. As you can see, I was able to spread all of that concealer all throughout this area, and that's all I need personally. So So this is my base system. I have their primer, their foundation, and their concealer. And truly, I really like these products. I don't have any real cons for these products. The only thing I would say is there is a slight smell when you come to using the foundation, but it's very slight. It's nothing as apparent as even like the Juvia's Place, and that's saying something because I love that Juvia's Place foundation. I will be doing a full face of Juvia's Place very soon, so just stay tuned for that. But overall, I think that all of the products that I've shown you guys thus far are solid. And the best part about this particular brand, especially when we're looking at it in comparison to its competitors at Sephora, these are relatively very reasonably priced for Sephora. This is like a low end of the spectrum of the high end range, and that's why it works at Sephora. And it's really, I would say, fully competing with like the Sephora brand. And I haven't tried a lot from the Sephora brand, but I would say that this brand, in my opinion, is better than the Sephora brand. I would love to do a full face of that brand. I just haven't gotten around to it. There's something on my cheek. There's a hair, there's something. Those are my thoughts. Next, I want to go ahead and apply the cream bronzer. Now, I originally picked up two different shades. I'm pretty sure I already decluttered the second shade and I already sent it away to its hopeful new owner. Hopefully, somebody will choose it from the kind of collective groups that I kind of sent my two packages to, but I did keep the one that works for me, and this is the shade Strength. I believe I also picked up the shade Courage, which was pretty much my skin tone. That's why I sipped it to somebody else. This is, like I said, the shade Strength, and as you can see, it works. If you want to see what the shade Courage looks like on my skin tone, I'm pretty sure I did a bronzer hunt, so I will do my absolute best at going ahead and linking that down below for you all. But yeah, it was no purpose in me keeping it because it wasn't going to add any form of value to my collection and I wasn't going to use it. So it made sense to just ship it to a friend who could potentially use it. And as you can see, it blended so easily. I'm just using that same sponge that I applied my concealer, my foundation, all of it. And I'm just blending this into my base, and it's so beautiful. Once again, it's giving off that same kind of natural skin-like finish that I truly enjoy with this system. And I think it's a really, really good for this system. If you're trying this particular cream bronzer and you don't like something that, let's say, is too dark for your skin, like I've seen a couple of people say that it just blends too easily. For me, that's not a bad thing. I think that the quicker it blends, the quicker I'm done. As you can see, I like to get in, get out when it comes to applying products to my face. So this product, because it's so creamy and so blendable, I can apply it and I'm done. I'm done. I think I will probably not cut out my blending of this particular product, and it didn't take me maybe 30 seconds to blend out my whole face after I started. And that is a bonus for me. Although for some people it's not a bonus. I also think it depends on the depth of the shade that you're blending. So like if I was doing this with like maybe let's say the Courage shade, I would have been disappointed as I was. That's why I bought another shade, because that shade was not dark enough for me. So because it blended into my skin base, because it blended into my base products so quickly and so well, it looked like I didn't put any bronzer on. But because I went and got a deeper shade in the shade Strength, now because it's blended into my base product so well, it looks like it's just a darker part of my base makeup and not my other base products. I hope that makes sense. I feel like there's something else on my face. We'll deal with that when we need to deal with that. So this is my base so far. Like I said, I don't have any powder from the brand, and I do have another cream product. I have a cream blush. I picked this up. I think this was the last thing that I picked up other than the lip product. I'm so excited to try those. And this is the cream blush in the shade Inspire. I prefer to use my cream products, specifically blush, kind of after I've set and powdered my face. But let's just go ahead and use this now just so we can get as many things on my face in one take. So, like I said, this is the cream blush in the shade Inspire. I'm just going to use my sponge that is damp, of course, and I'm just going to use the side that is clean because I did have to clean my sponge to start today. And as you can see, this is quite a pink based blush. I think it is very, very pretty and it builds. So if you are somebody who doesn't like a super, super pigmented blush, don't get me wrong, it definitely is pigmented, but I can easily blend and build this product, which is a benefit for those who don't like super pigmented blushes. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're just going to build, build, build. And I think I'm going to do like a blush draping type situation. I can't see if my camera is picking up the blush color. I literally can't see. I don't have my glasses on, but hopefully you guys can see the blush is right there. I actually put it all over my nose and then I put it here as well. So what I'm going to do is hop off camera very, very quickly. I'm going to use my Too Faced Loose powder in translucent. This is a powder that unfortunately is no longer available, so I'm trying to just get through it, but I still have a wee bit of product left. I then am going to do my brows off camera as well because I don't think the brand has brow products, but I just also don't have any brow products in my collection from them. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna skip through some of those steps very quickly and then I will come back because we're going to be doing the lips, and I'm very, very excited to do the lips because I have both of the new products. I have a lip liner and a lipstick, and I'm very, very excited to try them out. Alrighty guys, so I am zoomed in and my brows are done. I powdered all throughout my face. I did not go ahead and add any additional blush or bronzer. I felt like I wanted to be true to like the LYS brand and only use their products as much as possible. So there's that, or kind of create the face as much as possible that I could make if I used all of their products. But like I said, I have new goodies from the brand. I have a lip liner and a lipstick. Once again, I should have opened these before I started filming. Okay, so of course I picked up the browns of both lines. So for the lip liner, I picked up the shade Soulful. It has the little color indicator on the side. It is a pencil liner, and let's see if it gives me any information on the actual product. So there are 0.03 ounces or 0.9 grams of product with this pencil, and there is a 12-month shelf life. It's made in the PRC. It's distributed through LYS through Georgia, and it is also cruelty free. And there's some other emblems, but I quite literally can't indicate. I can't distinguish what they say. So, like I said, this is the first time I'm using this lip liner, so I'm just gonna get a mirror and try it out. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys can see it in camera because I can see it. This brown is slightly deeper than my skin tone, and there is a yellow undertone. That's why I was like, I ran. I did not walk for this lip liner. I love it. I love it. It is a lip liner that is going to be in rotation. It is a slightly kind of creamy formula, but for a pencil, It's not too creamy, which I appreciate. It has that nice kind of wax to cream ratio that will make this last a little bit longer than any other kind of very creamy formula, especially like if you try the formulas that are in the roll-ups or the wind-ups. Those are traditionally a lot more creamier, and so this one's not nearly as creamy, so I can at least get more use out of it than I would be able to if it were in that formula. I really hope this makes sense. Next, let's go ahead and try the lipstick. This is in the shade Dreamer. This lipstick packaging, 2 of the 3 sides have like this feel of like a faux leather type effect, and on the one part it actually says LYS. You can see it right there. This is also like the leather-ish side. Then you have that more metallic sheen situation side. You can see it is a very small bullet lipstick there, and it is of course another brown. So let's see how this works. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Lighter than I thought. Okay, let's we're gonna have to mix. We're gonna have to mix, but that's okay. Let me pull out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull the lip liner back out. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible at all. I would love a gloss. I would. I think a gloss would just put the cherry on top. So let's see. Yeah, I have my Tower 28 gloss in my top drawer. So I'm just gonna pull a little bit of this and we're just gonna top this off. Yes. That works beautifully. What I will say is this is a, I don't want to say drier formula, but it's more, it gives you more tug than the lip liner. The lip liner is definitely creamier than the lipstick. This lipstick shade is definitely lighter than I had kind of hoped. I now that I saw it and I was putting it on, I remember it was definitely lighter, and that's why I tried to get a liner that was closer to my skin tone. But this lipstick is quite light, but as soon as you put a gloss on top, it just really brings it all together. So it's no worries there. And another thing I did want to mention, this product, you can close it outside of like the prongs. So as you can see, this doesn't match up anymore, but it does take a little bit of push. Like it's not going to automatically, it's easier if you get them to kind of synchronize the sides. So I will say that, but that's just food for thought because these are the first times I'm trying these products. As I say always, I will come back to give you guys more thoughts on all of these products that I have been trying for the first time throughout this month. Probably later on this month, I already have filmed a roundup review, and that hopefully will be coming up on Wednesday, and this hopefully will be coming up on Friday. So hopefully I'll be able to get another roundup review up sometime in the middle of next month, featuring quite a few of these products that I'm trying for the first time. So yeah, there is that. Now, I don't have the eyeshadow palette. Now, let me explain. I did do a community post asking you guys, do you want me to feature and review this product? And a lot of you didn't seem like you wanted me to pick it up unless I truly enjoyed the color scheme. And the one that I had seen, I didn't really enjoy the color scheme. There is a second one that I saw after the fact, but once again, I just prefer not to purchase from QVC. So when that palette becomes available either on the LYS website or Sephora, I will go ahead and purchase it. It's the more neutral tone. I would just love to try their formula. And like I said, I am an ambassador, so I think it's nice to kind of have a good arrangement of their products in my collection. So there's that. Stay tuned for that. But since these are pretty much all of the products that I have from the brand, I'm gonna hop off and just kind of finish up my look. I have a highlighter, I have an eyeshadow palette, so I'm just gonna do those items very quickly. I might also try to film them just so that you guys can see, and maybe I'll try to do a short We'll see. But yeah, I will be back to show you guys the finished look, but this is pretty much it without the extras. So yeah, give me 1 second. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I did quickly film my eye look. Lashes today are the Juvia's Place Nefertiti lashes. I realized when I was filming my roundup that I hadn't actually applied these, so I wanted to go ahead and apply these and see how they looked. I'm liking how they look today. Eyeshadow, I used the ABH. This is the Norvina palette, or Nouveau. This is the Nouveau palette. I picked this up with points during my birthday month. I used the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I showed you guys the lip gloss. Everything else is LYS. So what I want to do very, very quickly is run through the LYS products and kind of talk to you guys about who this brand is meant for and who I would recommend this brand for. So let's just start off at the top. The LYS Gripping Primer. I think this is a great alternative to people who want to buy a gripping primer from Sephora but don't want to purchase the Milk makeup for one reason or another. They do offer the Milk makeup in a miniature size. This one is only available in this one size, but I believe the miniature size of the Milk is almost the same price, if not maybe a little bit cheaper than this price, because this isn't more than like maybe $13 or so. So this is definitely a very affordable gripping primer that I think is really, really good. I haven't tried the e.l.f. gripping primer, so that may be another cheaper alternative. But for the gripping primers that I have tried, this is definitely a very nice, cheap alternative. And when I do finish my Milk makeup, I will probably go ahead and really focus in on this one just because I already have it in my collection. Then we're going into the foundation. This is a fantastic foundation in my opinion. I really love the finish. I love the longevity and the wear time. I also think that the actual match is beautiful. Not a lot of foundations can I get such a great match, and I think even after all of my powder, the blush, the bronzer, everything, this is still a great match, and for that I'm very, very happy. Of course you get the normal, I believe 30 milliliters, yes you do, and I just really like it. I like the packaging. It's all good and dandy. I'm very, very happy to have it. Then we have the concealer. This has pretty much been my go-to concealer as of late. I've had this in my top drawer just because it's easy, convenient, and it gives you the amount of coverage that I particularly like. It does give you, once again, medium coverage, very similar to the foundation, although I think the foundation is a little bit more towards the high medium category or section, if you will. This is really nice. It is a kind of, I would say, a nice thin layer or thin product. It's not like a serum thin, but it is definitely a cream thin, if that makes any sense. You can definitely feel the thickness, but it's not heavy on the face. It doesn't feel heavy at all. My face feels very light. I don't feel as though I'm wearing makeup, if we're being honest. It feels like I'm not really wearing anything at all, except for lashes. No matter what style of lashes, I can always feel that I'm wearing lashes. So yeah, anyways, very, very nice product. Absolutely love it. I would definitely recommend it. And once again, I have a DN3, which is 3 shades lighter than the foundation shade that I have. And I like both shades, and I like how the full face comes together with these 2 shades. Next thing that I showcased from LYS is their cream bronzer. I have it in the shade Strength. Once again, I will have the cream bronzer hunt where I showcased both shades that I had at one point in my collection down below in the event that you want to see how both shades work for somebody of my complexion. This is in the shade Strength. I love the depth that this presents, and I love the blendability. For me, something that blends quickly, efficiently, and just effortlessly on my base is something that I just can't get enough of. And so this is a very, very nice product. If I'm trying to do something that's like a 10-minute face or even a 5-minute face, I could definitely see me reaching for this particular product because I can literally draw it on, blend it in quickly and then go about the next steps of my routine to kind of get my face on very, very quickly. So I'm very, very happy to have this product. I definitely would recommend it if you can find a shade that you like. If you're somebody that does not like something that blends in so effortlessly, maybe don't get this. I've also heard some other people saying they don't like that, like it's not super, let's say, apparent at the final result. For me, this works with some of my kind of routines. If I want like a full on beat and I want to look like shape to the gods, no, I'm not going to reach for this. But for like an everyday or kind of a normal natural beat, yeah, I'm going to reach for this, and I think it works beautifully for that type of makeup look. And then the last LYS product that I hadn't tried before this video is the cream blush. I really love this. Once again, this is in the shade Inspire. This was something that was sold out in 2021. I do believe it actually won the Allure magazine cream blush award for 2021, and this is fantastic. It's a really nice shade. I picked this shade because it felt like it was going to be the most kind of natural neutral shade on my skin tone. I really like it. I love that it gives a slight flush to the cheeks. It's a really, really pretty blush. It's not overly creamy, something like the Tower 28, which I find has a lot of like that petroleum jelly feel. You get a lot of pigment with this product. It's just a typical cream product, you know? It's not going to be super, super creamy. You're not going to get like a lot of pigment like maybe the Patrick Ta or the One Size. The One Size blushes, those have a lot of pigment, and for some people that's just too much pigment. I feel like this gives you the right amount of pigment that one shows up on your skin tone but blends beautifully. So for me, this is the perfect formula. It really works again with this range where it's just solid products that really just work, and I'm very, very happy to have this in my collection. I definitely could see me picking up some more shades in the future. I just haven't gotten around to it. Now, for the two products that I tried for the first time today, the lip liner, I will say, is my favorite of the two lip products. I love the shade. This is a brown shade with a slightly yellow undertone, in my opinion. As you could see in the initial application of it, you saw that like slight yellow shade on my lips. I think it's beautiful. It is a nice creamy formula. It's not overly creamy, which I truly appreciate. I would say this is very similar, if not slightly creamier, than the NYX lip liner. So I have this NYX Suede lip liner. This is a drier formula than this, but they are comparable. So if you don't want to spend LYS prices, which once again, to me, they're not that bad. I like LYS prices. I think they're fantastic, especially if we're considering what it looks like at Sephora. So yeah, I really like this. Once again, this is in the shade Soulful. I definitely could see me getting more shades of this particular lip liner. I, to date, lately have only been really wearing brown lip products though, so it wouldn't make sense for me to really pick up any other lip shades in their lip liner formula. But if you're somebody who likes a lot of different lip shades and you're really out there experimenting to the gods, then I would say try this. You can always try to swatch it in store. I know this brand is available in certain stores, and I do believe this particular product is available in stores. So yeah, of course, check it out in your local store. The last product that I showcased specifically today that is from LYS is their matte lipstick. Now, this is truly a matte lipstick. It doesn't have a lot of give when you're applying it. So think like the ABH lipsticks. I don't know how used to that formula you are, or even if you're used to like the melt lipsticks. There's definitely a tug. We're even going into maybe the NYX Suede lipsticks, although those have a little bit more silicone in the formulation, so they glide a little bit easier on the lips. This is it. You're gonna get some tug, as you saw when I was applying it, and this particular shade is quite light for somebody of my skin tone, but as you can see, I was able to easily kind of make it work with that lip liner and then ultimately with the lip gloss. I like the formula so far. The formula didn't feel drying. As you can see, I'm not wearing just this lipstick, so I can't tell you like if 10-15 minutes after I applied it, if it still doesn't feel super drying. But in the initial application it didn't, and I of course will be giving you guys a roundup after I've tried out these two particular products, because these are the newer products that I haven't reviewed. I'm going to be trying them multiple times, and then I'll be coming back to you guys with a roundup telling you guys if I would recommend you spending your money or not. But just in this first impressions, I definitely would say the lip liner is more of a thing that I would recommend over the lipstick. So yeah, I hope this was a very helpful video for you guys. Overall, I think this brand is a nice step into the high-end market for somebody who is traditionally sticked with drugstore. I think this is a nice, solid brand where anything that you pick up, you're going to enjoy, because they're all really, really solid products. Maybe some aren't like holy grails, but I'm not one of those people who really has holy grails. I don't think I've ever really considered anything a holy grail. I just really enjoy it. I get my use out of it. If I want to buy it again, I do. So that's kind of my thoughts with this brand. I would love to hear your opinions down below. Is this brand a holy grail brand for you? Do you love all the products? Are there products that you hate? Give us your opinions down below. And with that said, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.